Hello YouTube friends, Ochart here, and I thank you for tuning in. Every now and then I like to go a bit old school and film and put out a video similar to the original videos that I was doing when I first started the channel. And when I started doing those videos, it was all about the fish. You really didn't see me much, and it wasn't after some coaxing from a fish keeper that you probably know I got in front of the camera. But I want to do this one old school and a little bit of a throwback to a video called 10 Tips, and you can see a copy of the video banner here, and as you can see, it's been watched quite a bit. So every now and then I like to revisit this idea that if I was giving advice to a brand new fish keeper and that was just about to get into it, what would be the 10 tips that I would give him or her? And so these are the those 10 tips, and they're always different. Every time I release one of these videos, they come out different, and I guess I just keep changing and evolving as I move along in the hobby. But the first tip I would give a new fish keeper is to be curious. Always be learning. Always try to know before you go, and by that what I mean is always do some research, utilize some of the things that are available out there that were not available when I first got into fish keeping many years ago. You have forums, you have fish keeper groups, you have a tremendous wealth of information out there. Use it. Be curious, and always make a point of learning more and more about the fish you keep, about how to take better care of them, water quality, filtration, beneficial bacteria, all the things you need to know about. Always be curious and learning. Number 2, a little bit of a twist on number 1, don't overthink it. Try and keep what you do simple and elegant. Don't make things overly complicated, and you'll end up in much better shape. I think people overthink their filtration. They overthink. They install systems that are too complicated, and end up resulting in a lot that can go wrong. So keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Number 3, try not to chase what you see out there. And let me tell you what I mean by that. No matter how wonderful your tank is, there's always going to be someone out there whose tank you're going to see and you're going to go, oh my God. So, always strive to improve, always strive to up your game. I think that's a good thing. But also really, really enjoy the tank that you have. And I don't care if it's a 10, a 5-gallon with a betta in it, or a 500-gallon. Enjoy what you have, and try not to go too crazy when you see other tanks out there. There's always going to be something out there that's a little bit out of reach. Number 4, graciously accept advice, and never get to a point where you think you know all there is to know. That's usually the point right before you make a catastrophic mistake, from my experience. So when people have a tip or advice, hey, keep it civil, and listen and go, hey, thanks. And whether you move or act on it or not, that's a different issue. But graciously accept advice when it's well intended. You can tell when someone's trying to help you. And also graciously, this is number 5, graciously offer help. There are folks out there that you might see them struggling. There are some folks that you might be very familiar with something they're going through, and offer a hand, and hey, if they accept it, fine. If they don't, that's okay too. That's what I mean by graciously offer some help. Number 6, know this. Know that there are going to be setbacks. You're going to have die-offs, you're going to have leaks, you're going to have catastrophes. that's part of the hobby, kind of comes with the game. Just like if you play a highly competitive sport, yes, you are going to get injured at some point. So know there's going to be some setbacks. Learn from them and be better because of them, and but always get back on the horse. And I've heard many stories of folks that say it almost took me out of the hobby. I've even had situations like that almost took me out of the hobby. But in hindsight, I'm glad I stayed in, and I definitely learned from those experiences. Number 7 is patience. With all aspects of the hobby, always introduce patience. Whether you're cycling a tank, whether you're starting to stock a tank, whether you're growing fish out, helping another fish keeper to move along who's making some huge mistakes, be patient. Always be patient. Patience is, I can't overemphasize patience in this hobby. Number 8, interact, participate, and I'll tell you, I've made some friends in this hobby. You know who you are, and I consider you buddies. I consider you friends of mine, and make friends, interact, participate. You folks in the Convo Gang, I love the interactions, and exchange ideas, participate in clubs and in fish keeping communities, forums, groups like the BEN.O.CICHLID Facebook group. Interact with other fish keepers. That really adds an element or an aspect to the hobby that I think is really important. Number 9, and this one is very crucial and very costly when it's missed, and that's do the work. And never get slack, never get lazy, because you'll have a crash. You'll have one of those catastrophic setbacks that will maybe even knock you out of the hobby. So always, have a routine, stick to the routine, and do the work. Never slack off. And number 10, the final tip here is make it a point to sit, watch, and enjoy these amazing creatures, and do it as much as you can. Dial in your system so that it's not just all work. And I've seen some folks out there that have added so many tanks that it really is just never-ending work. I would say, just my advice, dial it back a little bit, because you have other areas of life like family, work, other things like this, and so have the right balance in your tanks, in the number of tanks, the number of stock you keep, things of this nature, so that you have time to not just work on the tanks, maintain a balance in other areas of your life, but also be able to sit without any worry or any distraction, and just enjoy the heck out of watching these fish, because they're just, in my opinion, they're just amazing to watch. Amazing to watch their habits, how they interact with each other, and the hierarchy within the tank. Anyway, I just find it very, very fascinating, and a very, very relaxing and enjoyable part of the hobby. So those are the 10 tips. Did I leave one off? If I left one off, please note it below in the comments. Be sure to rate and share and all that good stuff. You are very, very appreciated. And that's it for me. Thank you so much.